is Randall's Island. Here we go. So nicely done as Brooklyn comes out swinging.
Yeah, I think that's something we can expect. We can expect Rachel to be aggressive, and then a good mix of steadiness, slow pace, and attacks from Jackie. That's why Jackie Kawamoto is so dangerous to play. Nice read here for Rachel, capitalizing of Jackie's perfect third shot.
2-0-2.
How about this start?
Yeah, it looks like Brooklyn is looking to test Miami through the middle for drives and dinks, and I think that's understandable, finding Maya's forehand dink there. And then nice hands battle. Brooklyn so far on top of the first 4 rounds.
Remember this Brooklyn team making their debut right here, right now. They did not play yesterday, so they've been watching the action, and you can tell they're fired up and ready to take the court.
Absolutely. Not only watching the action, practicing and doing some fun activities in New York City.
Looked a little questionable. Second serve, though, coming up. Light breeze here on championship court. First lob, well done as Bui goes up and gets it.
And that's something to expect from Brooklyn Pickleball team, especially in women's doubles and some mixed. There's a lot of lobs. Miami looking to be aggressive with Millie trying to poach. Just a little bit unlucky, and then yeah, if we go back to lobs, I would think that's probably one of the trendy shots in 2025.
Kawamoto rips it, a little overcooked that time. Second serve on the way.
And we see a side switch here from Miami. Let's see if they stick with it.
And that one's not coming back as Brooklyn comes in with a 10-5 record, 33 points, 4th in points in the standings.
5-1-2.
Does that get the line? Sure it does. And the first time out will switch ends. And Brooklyn.
1-2.
Oh, tremendous get. And the lob is out this time.
There's a first miss since May for Jackie Kawamoto.
1-6-1.
Can hear the extra fanfare coming out of this venue.
1-6-2.
Oh yeah, and also you can also expect the fans to get excited any let court situation. And as a player on court, we have to remember, be ready and continue to play through, which takes a little bit of mental focus.
Talked about all the wins Rachel Rohrabacher has racked up in MLP, but
6-1-1.
what a thrill it is to be next to you, Arena, at this event. One of the most decorated champions in all of MLP history. Oh, swinging away, just a little bit short that time.
Rachel definitely had it on her paddle there. But in the budget, no worries.
Oh, ATP and a side out now on the way. So that's one of those plays that just makes you really raise your eyebrows when you watch Mya Bui do her thing.
Good targets by Rachel there. A lot of times players, when they get a high ball in the middle, they try to go for an angle, which increases the likelihood of missing, but Rachel was patient. She hit a couple through the middle and was looking for a better one, but got an arrow out of it. Master class on ball movement in the kitchen. I think Rachel is one of the players who actually prefers to move the ball around like this than stick with a single pattern, which is diagonal.
Certainly her specialty.
Football.
And a foot fault. First time that's been called in this match. Is 7-1 here in game one.
7-1-1.
So a good pace set here early on by Rohrabacher and Kawamoto. It's target practice right now.
Yeah, another great example, and that's a good example of why Jackie is difficult to play, because she is very good at misdirecting her shots and holding her shots until the very last moment. Hard to read.
Second serve.
Answer there by Bui. Second serve on the way.
Yeah, clean contact there. I would say 80% of female players on Pro Tour are really good at this shot. Two-handed, inside in, backhand.
A little bit long off the paddle of Rane, this Miami Pickleball Club.
9-1-2.
They lost yesterday to Orlando 4-0. They came back, bounced back, defeated for Rohrabacher and Kawamoto, trying to finish off this first game. Just
Good time out by Miami Pickleball Club. They needed a little bit of a momentum break. Good reaction on the counter here, and let's see if they can get some points on the board. The work starts now.
Second serve.
Brooklyn keeps on the pressure. Second serve now.
1-9-2.
Oh,
Right out.
well, you are right. Nobody does that better than Rachel Rohrabacher.
Yeah, what an angle there. Lots of pace. I don't think Millie quite expected it, but I would say if you're playing Rachel and you're dinking cross court with her, trying to not recover as much to the center and be ready and look for an ATP just because of how much pace she has on her shot.
The put away by Kawamoto, and now game point.
10-1-1. Second serve.
Great backhand counter.
10-1-2.
And certainly if there's a game 2 out of 3, you have a little bit more time to get used to your opponent's shots, but 1 game to 11, you better be ready.
That is MLP. Great hands by Rohrabacher. Rane trying to put it away. We're still playing. And there it is. So Brooklyn comes out and does their thing. 11-1 in game 1. The black and white right now shining here at Randall's Island. MLP presented by DoorDash. Decorated careers athletically in NCAA. Underway, men's doubles. Oh, how about that? Out of the blocks here for AJ Koller.
Was it AJ or Riley?
I think it was Riley. You are correct.
He's nervous. That's what Johnny said. Don't attack, but Riley's also stubborn, so I think he's gonna find a way. He's good at mixing up spots, so it could be a very fun head-to-head battle.
Oh. A little paddle knock in there from Koller and Newman.
Now AJ was trying to hit a forehand in the middle from the right side.
So we've had a foot fault, had paddles knocking, a little bit unsettled on that far side right now.
2-0-1.
How about that recovery?
Yeah, Riley was looking for an Ernie, slips and slides a little bit, gets back into the point, and then pancake to pancake battle.
Side out.
Ooh, a little bit unlucky. I feel like Yuta had an edge at the end of this hands battle, but missed it to the net, in the net.
0-2-1.
Nice dinking battle. They changed direction to AJ, but with AJ, the key to your dinks is to have to let him bounce. He's very good at flicking the ball out of the air, and Riley for the close. Nice execution of a game plan.
So quickly, Koller and Newman, they have got the train back on the tracks here.
Second serve.
Second serve, although, coming up now for Riley Newman.
1-2-2.
We saw an earlier attempt that wasn't successful, but Riley Newman gets this time. Pancake Ernie, a pickleball, a shot unique to pickleball.
2-2-2.
One of the trick shots available in the game.
Tags off Koller, so it will be a point. Side out now for Miami. Miami not nearly as matches under their belt, as many matches for these two as on the other side for Newman and Koller. How much is the experience going to factor in here? Curious your answer after this point.
Good ball, right toes on the line, point.
Not before a foot fault for the second time.
I think Noah's been getting a lot of experience. It's his second season in MLP. First season in Premier though, but he's been on the PPA tour for the second year, so I think he's covered. An extended dink battle.
Maybe
Oh.
one of the longer points we've seen this weekend.
Absolutely, but that's going back to the game plan Coach Goldberg talked about. Noah is very comfortable
3-2-2.
dinking and just working Riley a little bit cross court.
Point.
Good pace on the slice there. Looked like the ball skipped a little bit off the line, giving Riley some trouble.
4-2-2.
Lead extended here to 4-2.
Right out.
Wondering, Arena, if it is a slow down dink game, can the team of Yuta and Khlif pull this out? It's going to be really tough for them. What'd you think?
Well, I think they're counting on the head speed and kind of the awkward, slightly weird counters that Yuta has against Riley. And Noe can counter pretty well also. So they want AJ and Riley to speed up.
Point.
Shaking the head from Newman.
So far, yeah, everybody's following the program.
The wind's starting to pick up just a little bit here in Randall's Island.
3-4-1.
Oh, right back at you.
Sneaky, sneaky shot.
3-4-2. Right up.
So Brooklyn able to get one. Koller a little bit in disbelief.
4-3-1.
I think we can expect Noe to stop attacking cross court eventually, where Riley is sliding to the left and sitting on the attack. He got him once, but great adjustment by Riley. That's why he's considered one of the top players in both leagues.
There he is again.
Side out.
Riley Newman starting to feel it right now in championship court.
Yeah, Riley's arguing, don't attack me from anywhere right now, or find a better spot. But forehand is covered.
3-4-1.
Oh.
Second serve.
AJ couldn't get out of the way there. Good adjustment by Miami. They chose a different target for the attack.
Twice, and Khlif says, I can climb this ladder all day long.
Yeah, I would say Noe would be pretty excited about AJ lobbing him. He can hit that overhead all day.
4-3-1.
Nice inside-out speed up there. So Yuta is taking some backhand flicks from the middle. He went middle once. He went inside out twice. Nice change up there.
5-3-1.
Riley Newman trying to settle down his partner here.
Second serve.
As Yuta hits it into the net. Second serve on the way. 2-point lead for Miami here. Brooklyn has game one in their back pocket.
5-3-2.
Now this really feels like a road game for Miami Arena, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And also for people watching at home, this is kind of a unique situation. We talk about a lot of tennis players transitioning into pickleball, but in this matchup, even though Riley did play tennis, but his technique is very unorthodox. So I would say Noe is the only one classically trained tennis player, so to speak.
It comes through that time. Jumping through the Ernie.
Not sure about Yuta's background, but also holding the paddle funky. So I think to sum it up, pickleball gives a lot of opportunities for people to develop their own unique playing style and hold the paddle different ways. Which is kind of cool.
And there's AJ Koller. Those lightning quick hands. He's got that little wrist flick. It is so lethal, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's trading inside out flicks with Yuta now.
4-5-2.
Challenge accepted.
Lineup.
So this has been a battle of attrition thus far here. Lots of points we've seen.
5-4-1.
Yes, and we're only halfway through.
Yes,
Love it.
absolutely.
Riley goes back to doing all the work in this match.
There he is. Waited for the opportunity.
Excellent earning number 2 by Riley Newman. Perfect timing for that jump.
5-4-2. Point, timeout, change in.
It's TV.
6-4-2.
Good men's doubles match we're seeing. Miami's got a 6-4 lead. Riley Newman, that's the second earning he's had thus far.
And to add, this earning was also of a cross-court shot, which is a little bit more
4-6-1.
difficult to do. So Miami needs to change their spots a little bit once again, which is not uncommon for a high-level game like this.
AJ coming right back. Arena, they give you 3 great earning men in the game. Dekel Bar, Riley Newman, Tyler Loom.
5-6-1.
Agreed 100%.
Second serve.
Big time there by Yuta. Still nursing that 1-point lead. They want side out here.
5-6-2. Timeout.
Here's that funky counter by Yuta, and the reason it's difficult to read and defend is that he uses the same side of the paddle out of the air on those counters. Jeff Warnick, I believe, pioneered those shots maybe 6-7 years ago, and now Yuta taking it to the next level.
Yuta emphatically putting it away here.
Second serve.
Would you consider this an upset if the men from Miami were able to pull this off?
Yes.
7-5-2.
Gaining confidence right now.
Timeout.
I don't think Riley and AJ played together as much, although I believe they have in the past,
5-7-1.
but just based on kind of the experience level.
AJ Koller, yes, graces that back line. And now they're within 1 once again.
Referee timeout. Miami Pickleball team club is remaining. Brooklyn, you have 3 free video challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 6-7-1.
So Alan Roman there to confirm the call. And we continue
Time
on.
in. 6-7-1. Second serve.
And you're right, I think it does allow for a little bit of a deep breath for Miami, that challenge.
6-7-2.
See if they can take full advantage of it here. Tough to do that with two hands on the paddle.
It's definitely possible. I think the ball ended up just not giving Riley as much angle as he had hoped for. It kind of died down, so not able to bend it like Beckham there.
But then he comes right back and splits him right in half, Arena.
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. He is like a magician sometimes.
What a sequence of points. Loses his balance a little bit here. Boys from Miami get him on the speed ups.
So Yuta and Khlif here closing in. Now 3 points away from taking game 2. Still lots of work to do, though. It is going to have to be earned.
Fun play there. Miami looking to be a little bit more aggressive, initiating and earning, but kind of puts them out of the position. And then Brooklyn earns a side out, much needed side out for them.
Oh, wow.
Second serve.
After 4 chances, finally a put away.
Amazing hands battle there. Nobody was backing up until the lob.
That was truly a Brooklyn wall there for a moment. Well, I'll tell you what, Yuta's really making a statement.
Absolutely. And then I think Riley is a little bit confused about what AJ is doing in the middle.
8-6-1. Second serve. Eight, 6-2. Point.
So it's called out. Riley may want to challenge this one.
Challenging the out call.
Yep, that's what's going to
Referee
happen.
timeout. Brooklyn's challenging the out call. In.
Miami with a golden opportunity. Oh. So game point here for No Way Khlif. They'll get it back, though.
Unlucky for Miami. The flick catches the net, and AJ puts the counter away. Miami's enjoying dinking to the middle just to watch AJ and Riley fight over it.
Oh, a little bit too much on it from Koller. That lob has not done its best work in this game.
Not a bad idea. They are on serve, so if you lose a point, if you don't lose actual point on the scoreboard. AJ going a little bit away from the system and speeding up out of position. Another match point.
Everything that Brooklyn has thrown at Miami in this men's doubles match, Miami has come right back. See if they can finish it off here. They just need one.
10-6-2.
Great ball movement. Miami goes back to the strategy of patience for the second match point. But AJ does a really good job splitting the team a little bit and hitting an off-pace shot into the middle.
So once again, Brooklyn on the defensive, but this time it pays off.
Absolutely elite resets by Brooklyn pickleball team. The fans are going wild.
7-10-1.
You know the old saying, offense scores points, defense wins championships. Is that true in MLP?
That's an interesting debate, but I think just in old sports, it's never over until it's over. So you have to just keep grinding, put your head down. It doesn't matter how large your lead is. There's always something that can happen, and you can find a way into it. AJ and Riley certainly look a little bit pumped. They got a few aggressive points under their belt. Let's see what happens now.
Koller and Newman have been playing uphill for most of this game, too.
Some gravity-defying backhand rolls by Utah there. I don't know how he kept that ball so low.
There's the put away he's looking for. And now they're within one. And Arena, we got to mention, you are hearing legit fireworks in the background here in Randall's Island. As a player, that has got to be in your head a little bit, huh?
You just got to be ready for anything. Fireworks, fans, babies crying, blue angels flying.
Oh, that is a big side out. Now 2 chances here for Miami to pull level in this match.
I like the little discussion that just happened between Utah and Noah. Let's see. Yeah, it looked like they chose the same strategy. They used the previous side out to be a little bit more aggressive on the first server for the match point. Let's see if they grind this one out. Nope. Double aggressive.
So there it is for Utah and Khlif. Miami Pickleball Club evens this at 1 game apiece. Johnny Goldberg, all high fives there, coming out of that coaching box for this Miami Pickleball Club. How about that for confidence here in enemy territory? We're tied at 1 game and tied at 1.
Point.
So Newman and Kawamoto on the far side, Khlif and Rane on the near side.
1-0-2.
It looks like both teams put their top players in this match first.
Point.
I would say in the cross-court dinking pattern, I will give Jackie a slight edge, even though Millie has tons of topspin on her dink and can misdirect well behind Riley in this case. And we just watched Noe and Riley battle it out cross court in men's doubles. Noe giving Riley a little bit of trouble.
Not coming back this time.
Millie Rane with the textbook offensive lobs, and the reason it's textbook is because she went over Jackie's backhand shoulder. There's going to be a little bit less power from a backhand overhead than a regular overhead.
Second serve now on the way. Newman trying to bounce back.
And I think Millie just needs to be a little bit more careful, not speeding up into Riley's pancake, but there's certainly room to go behind him in other capacities.
Lots of new viewers here on this 4th of July. Explain the pancake.
So the pancake is when the ball kind of goes to your body on the right hip side, but you get really low and you pancake the ball with your paddle from top to bottom down. It requires an extreme Western grip because we need to squat down and then use the palm of our hand and the paddle as an extension to hit down on the ball. Just a sling, you know, pancake.
How about the bird served up here?
Well, this was a pancake bird at the same time, so yeah, Riley's taking it to the next level for sure.
Everything with pancakes here on this 4th of July. I love it.
Absolutely.
You know, we did have a pretty good hot dog eating contest earlier today on Coney Island. Joey Chestnut, 70.5 hot dogs put down. It's a few more than I had. Second serve now. Kawamoto looks towards her bench.
A little bit harder to execute that lob down the line, smaller target, but she was also going over Noe's backhand.
Right out. Three, two, one.
Another put away by Newman. If you're just joining us, keep in mind Miami playing without Jay DeVilliers. Their elite leader on the squad, expecting his 4th child. Wife Alexandra. There's Millie Rane on top of it.
There's a better combo from Millie. She went slightly off pace to Riley's backhand, and then middle was a little bit more open for the next counter. Well done, Millie. Quick adjustment.
ATP, it is there for Millie.
Makes it look routine, and
ready for you to join us. Saw that QR code. Scan that, get your tickets today. All right, Arena, what is going on here on this court?
Well, that was a nice...
Which sides? Good let.
I think we can maybe expect Brooklyn to try to slow it down a little bit more and pick on Millie a little bit, and then at the same time find some offensive opportunities, because so far all the offenses come in from Miami.
Another ATP attempt, this one a little bit long. During the break, we saw Kyle McKenzie, the head coach of Brooklyn, having really good talks with Riley Newman. See if we got maybe a little change of strategy like the one you mentioned here, Arena, and I think that could be the case.
It's a little bit unforced error there, but we know, yeah. Brooklyn team is very competitive and they're seasoned players, so I think it is expected for them to make a push for a comeback and potential win here.
So here it's sport time, Randall's Island.
Just a few unforced errors for Miami here. But you can definitely see Brooklyn rising their energy.
Great defense by Newman. Kawamoto pitching in. So 4 straight since the side switch. And they'll get a chance at another here.
No, we had to be really patient working Riley in transition zone, but successful after 4 shots.
Oh, just missed.
Rane would love to have that shot back. The line behind Riley Newman was open, but at the same time, he is double daring her to go into the smallest target of the court. So sometimes the strategy pays off, like in the last point.
So the first lead for Brooklyn here in this race to 11. And that one tagged right off the sternum of Newman.
6-7-1.
Oh, great teamwork.
Great speed up by Jackie. She sped up off the bounce with her forehand, but the dink that she used bounced pretty high, so she was in good position, and Riley seals the deal.
Little flick from Khlif. That one sails a little bit long as well.
Jackie's getting creative on their offense, but I did notice that she was taking a few steps back, so when Noe sees that, he needs to be ready for some kind of changeup.
Oh, how about Kawamoto?
On fire.
Yes.
Jackie mixing it up with the forehand off the bounce speed ups. 3 different options in the last 3 points. And Riley just doing his job and finishing the points for the team.
Big time pickleball here in the Big Apple. This one is in.
Nice changeup by Millie there. Using the offensive lob. She tried one at Riley. It was a pretty decent spot. He wasn't able to counter for a win, but I think we can anticipate Millie stepping up on the side out here.
Nice put away there by Khlif. Just inside the line. No way has played exceptional so far in this match.
6-8-1.
Got the win in men's doubles. Trying to follow it up here. Oh.
Noe barely surviving Jackie's speed ups, but he did a good job blocking her shots and just a little bit unlucky at the end for Miami.
6-8-2.
So keep in mind, this is a 6-0 run since that side switch. Miami has not scored since. Until now.
I think they had a brief discussion before the previous point. It seems like they're going to try to be a little bit more offensive and get the tempo going.
7-8-2. Right out.
Another lob by Jackie. Noe actually hit a very elegant backhand overhead, as you can see there on the replay. But what a dig by Jackie on the reset.
8-7-1. Second serve.
Short once more by Newman. Second serve now on the way.
8-7-2.
We can see Riley probably trying to run around, hit backhand thirds. Tells you right away what shot he prefers.
Too much court open.
Right out.
And Khlif will put that away all day long.
And for the fans at home, if you guys are playing pickleball with your friends or competitively in the league and tournaments, that's a good way to test your opponent. If you hit the ball at them, watch if they choose a forehand or a backhand. They'll probably tell you what they prefer.
Second serve. 7-8-2. Point.
So we're all tied at 8. And as our colleague Dave Fleming would say, snowmen here in the Big Apple.
8-8-2.
Oh, no way, Khlif.
Miami digging so deep to score a point here.
Tell you what, Arena, these two teams have exerted a lot here in this game. Keep in mind, Miami did play earlier today. This is Brooklyn's first match here in New York. They are having to earn everything here on their home court.
Overreached by Noe there. He was out of position to begin with, but he flicks the low forehand at Riley, hoping to catch him off guard, but Riley was ready.
Oh, so good.
Jackie performing defensive miracles. Millie performing defensive miracles. Crowd is fire up. But yes, to your earlier point, this is a lot of hard work, and these players are extremely fit.
One word comes to mind.
9-9-1.
Grind. That is what this has been. One of the few easy points that Brooklyn's been able to put together, and now a game point here in game 3.
10-9-1.
Not going over, and the Brooklyn Pickleball team, a seesaw back and forth battle. They come back from 6.
Alternative the play could be that she speeds up on purpose and AJ stays home and counters. We'll see.
So game number 4 coming at you right here. And just a note to our viewers, we have not had a Dream Breaker here in MLP New York just yet, here on Championship Court. Interesting to see if that's where we're headed.
Good speed up attempt by Rachel there, hits the tape, and we've had a few Dream Breakers on the grandstand court in Challenger, but you are correct, I don't think we had any on the championship court. Mya doing a nice job. I think one of her main tasks is to occasionally go behind AJ, but in a controlled manner, and then find a way to get in. And I think Yuta just needs to be ready for AJ to flick at all times.
1-1-2.
Now a side out here for Brooklyn.
1-1-1.
Right down the middle here from Koller.
Perfect drop by AJ. He does an excellent job closing into the kitchen and kind of being big, and Mya pops up her fourth shot for him. Wow, AJ on fire with the third shots. Technically, that's kind of the playbook on AJ, probably send most of the returns toward him, but so far, he's showing amazing consistency and putting pressure behind his thirds.
Really good start here for Brooklyn. Just as I say that, off the hand here of Koller. So Mya Bui put in a really tough spot here. Gotta just dig in, try and force a Dream Break.
Rachel seeing the opening on the right behind Yuta and using one of her best shots to get there. Well done.
4-1-2.
Nicely done by Yuta. Side out here for Miami.
AJ can't believe it. He should come up in the booth here and see the replay.
Had a chance to spend some time with AJ in the booth back in Milwaukee last year. And it was really interesting to see how his mind works during a match. It was just some really complicated pickleball stuff.
It's a puzzle for most how AJ's mind works. Yes.
Our producer AJ's got a pretty good pickleball mind as well.
AJ's everywhere.
Did I tell you that I'm Andrew James? That's my natural name as well. So
no way.
Oh, geez. Not to get too off topic. Koller once again goes and gets it. Another side out here for Brooklyn.
It's a holiday broadcast. We have some flexibility.
Got to.
AJ attempting a trick shot between the legs. Immediately, Rachel's having a quick talk with him. Perfect roll.
And Koller comes over, takes care of business.
And that's where AJ is the most dangerous. If takes the third shot earlier and closes in, and if none of the balls bounce anymore, he's very dangerous out of the air.
And right now, Brooklyn has Miami reeling 6-1 into the break here in game number 4. So it's Koller and Rohrabacher trying to close this out for the home team, the Brooklyn Pickleball team. So it's going to be Mya Bui serving here. Rachel Rohrabacher has been pretty much flawless here today. Oh, yes.
Great hands by AJ Koller, and he knows it, but he set it up perfectly. Kind of speeds up half pace. Mya, who backed up, she fires her backhand counter full speed, but AJ is still on top of the kitchen line, just countering the ball down at her feet.
Everything really starting to come together for this Brooklyn Pickleball team. Still work to do here. A 6-1 lead in game 4. And that awry off the paddle of Koller. So Miami going to get another chance here to claw their way back. And don't want to say it's been a total edge, but usually that far side, which is the near side on your screen today, far side from us, basically the side that Miami has been on has been the more successful side here today. Let's see if it generates some momentum for them.
Yeah, absolutely. But AJ Koller struggled to let the balls go out from both sides of the court today, so I don't know.
A little bit of change in momentum here, Arena.
Absolutely. I think we can expect a timeout from Brooklyn pretty soon. If not next point, definitely at 6-5.
So you can certainly feel it. It has shifted just like that. That's the way this game works. And what was once a show up in St. Louis with a big time challenge there. First things first, though, leading 6-4 here, trying to take this game in the match.
Oh.
Pivot called on AJ Koller, but I like how they restructured a little bit out of the timeout. It looks like AJ is a little bit less active and selecting his battles, because I think Rachel is still in the winning dinking pattern against Mya cross court there.
How about that finish? Mya Bui emphatically. And we are tied at 6.
Yeah, Mya lighting up AJ on the last point. Easy power out of the air for Mya. We talked a little bit about it. She didn't get to use much of it in women's doubles, but
6-6-1.
This is a 5-0 run here in favor of Miami.
clutch lob by AJ Koller.
I believe that's the first lob that is actually scored today from AJ. One of his best weapons. Too much on that one. So let's see if Brooklyn here can get back on track.
6-1.
I think a little hesitation by AJ there on the dink. He wasn't sure if he was going to speed up or hit it slow, results in a pop-up. Rachel not very happy because she saw the put away.
And a little bit shaken up. I think that last point kind of carried over.
6-1.
Wow, same exact pop-up by AJ, but Mya overcooks it, that one. Pretty hard.
Here we go, Mya. 6-6-2.
That ball lands in. And Miami is in the lead.
So first lead here for Miami in this game 4. AJ comes right back. Side out back to Brooklyn. But they have had a long drought, Arena. They've been stuck on 6 for an eternity.
Must be the side.
6-7-1.
You mentioned the side. Is that something that a player ever thinks about during the match?
I think a little bit. When the conditions are a little bit windy or sometimes, yeah, one side could be better than the other, so you have to be ready.
Trying to shake that one off.
To make adjustments, yeah, and just kind of get yourself back in the game and not get frustrated just because you lost several points in a row. I think sometimes it's inevitable, but you just have to accept it and find a way to move on because the game is at 7-7.
And Rachel Rohrabacher, all of a sudden, not quite as sharp as she was early on in this match and in the first half of this game 4.
7-7-1.
Yuta taking advantage of the moment. Have to wonder, is Brooklyn a little bit out of gas here, and are we headed to a dream breaker?
Utah looks like he's got plenty of gas in the tank. I don't think he's missed in this match with the exception of maybe like one speed up, but no missed third shots for sure.
Well, you've got to credit this team of Yuta and Mya. They are putting major pressure on Brooklyn right now, and they are 1 point away from sending this to a dream breaker.
7-7-1.
A little ambitious there.
Big second serve on the way. Oh, that one's out. Big left there by Rachel Rohrabacher.
I like the strategy on Miami part to be aggressive on the match points. We saw them do it in men's doubles. They're repeating it in mixed, but yeah, just a little long.
That one's going to sail out. Well, you have to wonder, did Miami let that one big opportunity get away?
We're going to find out in just a few minutes, I think.
8-10-1.
Oh, just wide.
Pretty reasonable speed up by AJ, especially considering that he kind of jammed Mya with a similar shot in the previous point. But she finds a good spot on the counter, making AJ hit backhand from the right hip, and it just goes too much angle wide.
8-10-2.
Koller misses again, and now another chance at what would be considered a pretty good upset here in mixed doubles, with Yuta and Mya now closing in.
10-8-1.
Pressure arena, making big points at big times.
Pretty sure AJ was baiting her there,
10-8-2.
but
oh. They hold once again.
nice reset by Rachel, and I think that's the reason why some teams choose to play aggressive on the match point, because it's very difficult to reset the ball, especially when you're nervous.
8-10-1.
Rachel, an expert, but barely makes it over the net here too.
Oh. Everything was going to Rachel to start that point. And then it evened out, and AJ had the final say.
But yeah, AJ ready for the speed up this time. I think it's they should expect Mya to fire anytime she has an opportunity from the kitchen and from the baseline. She is pretty good at
here.
Time in.
Proves to be the difference as Rohrabacher serves. And it gets the line. Oh, wow. Yuta asking, should we challenge?
Referee timeout. Miami Pickleball Club is challenging.
And they will.
In ruling. In ruling puts us at 10-10-1. Will now proceed to video review.
Arena, there was a bit of a wind gust as soon as that ball came off the paddle of Rohrabacher. It looked like from up here it was on the line, but from that vantage point, though, you'd have to say an overturned call.
Miami retains their free challenge. You have 2 free challenges remaining. Brooklyn, you also have 2 free challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 9-10-2.
So a second serve coming up here for Brooklyn. No damage done for them.
9-10-2. Point.
And we're tied.
Yeah, great challenge by Miami. AJ continues with the pressure.
10-10-2.
Left it up, Koller takes care of it, and now match point.
And no foot fault, luckily for AJ. Because you have to watch out for those when you're trying to be aggressive in the kitchen.
So many twists and turns in this match.
11-10-2.
Is this the end? The Brooklyn Pickleball team in front of their home fans makes their debut here at MLP New York. They were tested, they were challenged, but they were up to it, and they squeak out a win over Miami. As Brooklyn comes out here in their debut match on their home court, and it's the most thrilling match that we have seen so far over the last few days. This Brooklyn team had plenty of R&R in the form of Riley Newman and Rachel Rohrabacher as they join us right now. And Riley, man, what a battle, what a grind that was. There was a point there with Kawamoto by your side. You guys were trailing 6-2, and then what kind of changed? You guys went over to the bench and sort of regathered yourselves there in game 3.
Yeah, Miami came off to a really good start in that mixed doubles match, and Jackie and I just had to kind of dig deep and move the ball around, just play solid pickleball. It wasn't really anything crazy tactical we changed. It was just more about just putting balls in the court, playing cross courts, being solid, and just fighting. I think our team right now is either sick, hurt, but luckily we just got to just dig deep and keep fighting, and luckily Jackie and I did that, and then sure enough, Rachel and AJ did the same thing in our mixed doubles match again. So our team's got a lot of fight, a lot of grit, so it's just fun to play with these guys.
Rachel, this is really a historic moment for the Brooklyn pickleball team. Does it feel that way here at MLP New York, playing on your home court?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, I know, shout out to our COO, Adam. He put this amazing event together in a little amount of time, and it's just amazing. And to see pickleball growing in like a huge stage, and we're just really excited for the weekend.
Also, Rachel, of course, you did incredible work with Kawamoto in that game 1, but playing with AJ by your side, a guy that has had to do a lot of filling in, you guys just getting acclimated in big moments. How much of a challenge was that, especially in that game 4?
Yeah, I mean, AJ's a rock for sure. Like, we went on the side when we were down. We were just like, we don't do anything special. We just have to be ourselves, and we just kept, you know, supporting each other through that. I think I missed a few bad ones, and I was like, AJ, please don't be mad at me, and he stuck with me. So really proud of this team. We fought in every match.
Riley, you've had a lot of big moments in your pickleball career, too many to count, but playing here on 4th of July in your home city here, your home franchise city, I should say, with Brooklyn, it's got to be a really special time for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, normally I'm back home in Seattle, Washington for the 4th of July, watching fireworks, hanging out with family and friends, but to be able to play pickleball in New York City for your hometown squad, I mean, there's nothing that can beat that. So pumped to be here. And there's not too many fans at the moment, but they are super, super loud and energetic, so it's really fun to be playing.
Certainly making their voices heard. Riley Newman, Rachel Rohrabacher, congratulations, and we will see you later on this weekend. So the Brooklyn pickleball team victorious in a thrilling and entertaining match here on Championship Court. That's what we got to come. New York taking on Columbus. It is next year.